All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about a really fascinating creator named McCawley. He's operating right at this wild intersection of artificial intelligence and, well, us, humanity. This is a guy who's not just tinkering, he's on a mission, building what he calls moonshots. But to really get where he's going, you have to understand the massive challenge he sees right in front of us all.
And wow, that quote just nails it, doesn't it? He's saying we have this unbelievably powerful technology, this rocket ship, just sitting there. But we don't yet have the finesse, the delicate control to handle it properly. It's a perfect way to think about the incredible potential of AI and the huge responsibility we have to get this right.
So where do you even start with a challenge that big? For McCawley, his journey actually began decades ago, way before AI was on everyone's mind. And it started with a career that was all about watching the world, not creating new ones.
Okay, so check this out, because the contrast here is just incredible. Before he was the AI guy, McCawley was a photojournalist for the Miami Herald. His entire life was about bearing witness, capturing reality exactly as it unfolded. I mean, he was on the scene when Mel Fisher found the legendary Atocha shipwreck. His job was telling the stories of what is, but that focus was about to completely flip, to building what could be. And then, everything changed. He had this moment where he saw that AI could be his new camera. But instead of just capturing reality, this tool could create new realities. Suddenly, that rocket ship in the driveway wasn't something to just look at anymore. It was something he was going to fly. And you better believe he started aiming high.
So with this newfound power, what does he do? Well, this is where he starts launching these unbelievably ambitious projects he calls Moonshots. And every single one is designed to tackle a very real, very human problem.
And just look at the scope of these projects. It's kind of mind-blowing. You've got everything from an app to help new immigrants, Hello USA, to a massive plan for retraining the entire American workforce called Upskill USA. Then you have a historical musical, a political thriller trilogy. I mean, any one of these would be a huge undertaking.
Let's take Hello USA, for example. This whole thing actually grew out of a hackathon. It's basically an AI guide for new immigrants. It's a chatbot that helps you study for the civics test. It's a language tutor. It connects you to your community. It's all about using technology to help people who are, yearning to breathe free, find their footing in a new country.
Then you've got Upskill USA, which he calls a GI Bill for the AI age. This is his big swing at the economic chaos AI is creating. He's not just talking about teaching people how to code, he's trying to build a whole new system so that the American workforce can actually thrive in this new post-labor world. And he's challenging corporations to step up and take responsibility for amplifying their human workers, not just replacing them.
He's even using AI to create art like a full-blown musical. It's called The Year Without Summer, and it's based on this wild historical event in 1815 when a volcano erupted and basically blacked out the sun, causing a global famine. He's using that crisis as a metaphor for today, asking what art's role is when it feels like the world is going dark.
And speaking of darkness, this is where things get really serious. Because the same incredible tool that can build all these moonshots for humanity, well, it has a much, much darker side. And that's something he forces himself to look at head on.
Right. This is the big question, isn't it? He knows this tool can be used for creation, but he's also painfully aware that it can be used for destruction. This is where he has to confront what he calls the digital abyss. First up, disinformation. He talks a lot about the danger of these social media echo chambers that just trap us with people who think exactly like we do, and so we don't even have a shared sense of reality anymore. It's incredibly divisive.
Then there's bias. He brings up this perfect example where early AI models, if you ask for a 1943 German soldier, would spit out something totally wrong. It's a powerful reminder that AI learns from us, and if our data is biased, the AI will be too. It takes a ton of work to fix that. And then there's the really disturbing stuff, straight-up exploitation. We're talking about the real-world harm we've already seen, from companies running social experiments on teenagers to the absolutely terrifying rise of AI-driven sextortion. The stakes here are just incredibly high.
So if you're staring into that abyss, what do you do? Well, McCawley's answer isn't to give up. It's to build a philosophy, a way to steer that rocket ship towards something good. He calls it building a machine of loving grace.
And for him, this is deeply, deeply personal. He watched his own mother battle Alzheimer's for 7 long years.
It was a time of incredible pain, and by the end, she didn't even know who he was. So his entire motivation is to take that pain and channel it, to turn it into something beautiful, something that can help people.
He frames this whole mission through the Japanese concept of ikigai, which basically means your reason for being. It's about finding that sweet spot where what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for all come together. That's his compass. It's how he aligns all his work with his North Star mission.
And this really boils it all down into 3 core ideas. First, find your North Star, that one big mission that guides you. Second, work on becoming a better version of yourself every single day. And third, dedicate your life to service. He wants to be, in his words, the Gandalf for the Frodos out there, helping other people find their own path and add value to the world. This isn't just a business strategy, it's a way of life.
So you take all of this, the journey, the moonshots, staring into the abyss, building a philosophy, and it all leads to one final powerful message, a call to action for every single one of us.
I mean, wow. He's echoing the American revolutionary Patrick Henry, and his message couldn't be more clear. This isn't some passive hobby for him. This is an urgent, passionate, all-in mission to use this technology to build a better world. The stakes are that high.
And so, in the end, he flips the question back on us. He puts a little spin on that famous JFK quote, asking not what AI can do for us, but what we are going to do with AI. Because that rocket ship, it's in all of our driveways now. The only question is, where are you going to fly it?